Test 1, 2, hello. Yep, hello. Yep, great. Well, welcome everybody. Had some lunch to the BCiB Women's State Pennant Finals, Division 1. Looking at the quarter final. We're here on rink 22 and the sun is shining. And this match, along with Andrew, Matt Harris here in commentary, we are looking at Port City versus Malua Bay. Lead for Port City is Julie Mackay. We've got Sunny Wills, Janice Schreimer. We'll get that pronunciation correct in a moment. Kylie Harvey.
Janice Schreimer.
Thank you, Andrew. And then for the Malua Bay, Gay Biggs in lead. Kim Janaska. Yvonne Huddleston and Susan will go with Bevan. Thank you, Andrew. Don't get many opportunities to play against the women, especially in open gender. No doubt with your broadcasting and being involved in Bowls New South Wales for close to 3 decades, I'm probably a bit more familiar with the state of play and who's on the green. In the other match, we have just a slight correction on that scoreboard there. They haven't played in the NZ yet, Andrew. We've got Jennifer Blythe currently up 14-0. We're not playing a staggered match. We're always learning and pressing buttons. But on the other rink, which is 23, which is right next to us. Apologies once again for any mispronunciations of names, but Andrew will get me there. We have Judith Brady for Port City, Denise Rutherford, Karen McFarlane and Jodie Fruend.
Yeah, Jodie's current Keno New South Wales Blues player.
Great.
She's former Victorian state representative as well.
And then we've got the Malua Bay team of Gloria Harper lead, Sonia Frey. Now, Karen Fail with a Kerin and Jennifer Blythe. Now, I'll do a little bit of homework on these ladies. But our live stream game of 28 ends in total for both matches, 14 ends each, will be
so for anyone wondering where Port City is, it is of course Port Macquarie City in the middle of Port Macquarie, and Malua Bay is right next to Bateman's Bay.
So what regions are we talking here?
So Malua Bay is southeast.
Yes.
And Port City is the mid-north coast.
Okay.
So Malua Bay, of course, the clubhouse was destroyed in the big fires a few years ago.
Oh, right, down the south coast.
And if the uniforms look a little familiar, it's because they're part of the Cabramatta group.
Yes.
So they are very similar to the Cabra uniform, well, the old Cabra uniforms. Cabra's got new ones since then. But nice, built a very nice new clubhouse at Malua Bay. And the Women's State Championships were held there a few years ago.
Right.
And Sonny Willis, of course. She's the best bowler in the Willis family. She got a son who you might have heard of, Gary, national coach.
I didn't realise that was her son.
Yep. Won a state fours championship, Sonny, and with Kylie. I think Janice might have been in that team as well. Probably should have done my homework a bit better there, but
No, that's okay. Now, the all-important question, Andrew, is we've got to stay in the moment, but I have 8 clubs part of Division 1. Foster, Neutral Bay, Cabramatta, Figtree Sports, Port City, Malua Bay, Marylands, Tarrant Point. I'm just looking at Bowls Link, where the viewers at home will be doing that. Who plays who? I know it's not 1v2, 3v4, but is it ranked obviously purely just on the draw?
on the draw.
And no one's seeded.
And it should appear in the order on the left-hand side where you'll have all the section winners.
And I've got
that.
that.
It should go 1, 3, 2, 4 in that order.
1, 3, 2, 4.
And on the right-hand side, it should be the second placed in each section, and it should go 2, 4, 1, 3.
Right. So my more important part then to understand that hieroglyphics is who's playing who with possibilities in the semi-final.
On that one, if you tap the next one along from matches that says draw.
It does say final round semi-finals, but it tells me winner of TBD to be winner of TBD. I just don't know who goes through where. So no doubt we'll have a look at that. But that's for, in a time once we start bringing you who's ahead of who. Well, game on. Kylie's involved very early, supporting her lead. And that's a nice start. Depth perception there looks like it's only a bowls short, but I can tell you it's a good foot.
As opposed to a bad foot.
Correct. Which is my right foot is my good foot, my left foot's my bad foot.
Yeah, I think you're about right there looking at. I can just see that live.
Humid conditions, cloud covers here. Greenkeepers have done a great job. And who are they again, Andrew? You do know them off by heart. Figtree Sports boys and girls.
I don't want to mention them all because I might forget something.
Yeah, but they've done a great job. They're out there.
Look,
Well, everyone else was having lunch.
Sean Bellotti's the head greenkeeper. I know Matty Miles does some work on the green. Jackson Williams does as well. I think they've got another couple of staff that I don't know. So
Right.
if I tap on final series draw.
You'll let me know who possibility could play who. The matchups anyway.
So Foster Neutral Bay, winner will play winner of Cabramatta Figtree Sports.
I thought as much.
Port City Malua Bay, the winner of this plays Marylands Tarrant Point.
So it looks like a possible clash.
Decent bowl from Sonny Willis.
Could it be two Sydney sides? Yeah, you could have a possibility of Cabra versus Tarrant Point, who played in sectional games. Marylands, judging on their performance against Figtree. Foster always strong.
Well, there is a chance we could have both the Cabra Group clubs in the final. Malua Bay and Cabramatta.
We could. And that's just in Division 1. We've got Division 2, 3 and 4. So viewers, there's plenty of... If you've got the link with Bowls Link, have a little look. But we're bringing you all the action here. The home of the Figtree Falcons, Figtree Sports. And we're looking at end 1 of 14.
And I've had a sneaky little word that barring disaster, the final tomorrow of the men's Division 1 is already shaping up to be Warilla and Raymond Terrace.
Ooh.
Already, that might be a brave call from someone, but...
Well, you can have a look at the playing personnel and, yeah, interesting who's going to be the new state champ in the men Division 1. Any state title's a great state title. Port City do a great job at hosting mixed pairs competitions and various other competitions where a lot of people travel around.
Phil Baker, the bowls coordinator there, does an outstanding job.
A lot of promotion for what they do.
I wouldn't be surprised if Phil He's watching on, chewing his nails nervously.
I'm sure he would be. If he was here, we'd try and get him on the coverage to give an unbiased view. No way. Port City all the way. He used to be a Sydney boy. I know he was a little bit at Belrose. Still a lot of people around. They'd planned to be away from work for 3 days. Some people wishfully thinking, but that's okay. You got to be in it to win it, don't you?
Well, you have. Look, I've been lucky enough to play in a number of state pennant final series. Never managed to get to the final. Got beat in the semi once. Crashed out in sectional play a few times.
Well, I've looked away from the screen a bit because there's a bit of a glare coming through, but I can still see the screen. But where's that kitty disappeared to, Andrew?
It's right at the back.
Hence a little bit of a hint there to
Yeah,
remove that camera angle. Very subtle. There it is.
The screen, we have got a bit of glare coming in where we are on the screen.
Yeah, and I really don't want to put the sunglasses on because then I'll struggle to see.
If I put mine on, I can't see a screen because they're polarised and it just...
100%.
I've found that out. Those few trips you do, you call in and you have a car and your sunglasses, go into the places where you have to tap on a screen to order your food.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a good diet tool because you can't order any, can't see what's on there. So we are not having a split game now. We're down to quarterfinals. We have both rinks on this screen. Tomorrow morning we'll actually be on the adjacent green for both semis because we didn't want to put 4 rinks on this green.
No.
But we'll play both semis on green 1 for the women's division 1 anyway, and then the final will come back over to 22 and 23.
Roger that.
We couldn't play one semi on this green and the other and then play on this green again. It's just
not real fair.
Look, it probably wouldn't matter, but it does give the perception of an advantage.
So viewers, we may head out very shortly to just remind our players that we are trying to see some vision, but it is only the first end. But Jack has moved, so it does change what we've asked the players to do.
Look, I do remind them that even when they're on the bank, remember not to stand right in front of the cameras. Send them outside the adjacent centre lines is the suggestion. But, yeah.
A lot of them not very familiar with the state of play when they're on the live stream. And a big thank you to our long-term sponsors.
My goodness, that's a big count to start with.
We have whoa. I was trying to identify who owned what bowls, but thank you again to Destination Wollongong. And for your next adventure, press play on visiting wollongong.com.au. Valued sponsor of today's event over the 3 days. Now, I did look at sectional events, and we noticed a score, Andrew, 2 days ago. It reached the half century.
Yes.
It was, a matter of fact, true, a 51-2 scoreline.
Oh, was it 2 or 3?
Oh, okay, might have been 3. But I have a feeling that Malua Bay was part of that.
Foster.
Was it Foster?
I think it was Sarah Boddington scored the 50.
Against Malua? I'm sure. Don't think so. But anyway, we'll soon find out. But we do know that scores of 6 are not uncommon. But when you're in a quarter-final, probably not the right time to...
Well, if you're going to drop them early. Because then you got the chance to get them back.
As we know in playing dual rinks, if one team gets away with a big score, it does really hamper the motivation of the other team that you're with, team members. And you might win one rink and lose another one, but it's on the big board at the moment, Andrew, isn't that correct? Aggregate score.
Yep. It's the side that matters, not the...
So here's a question for the viewers and for you. We draw on the big board. Does the team highest place go through?
No.
It's a one-end shootout.
One end in each team.
And they get 2 bowls each?
Yep.
Okay.
So go out and play one extra end on both rinks. And then...
Both rinks?
Both rinks.
And then if
it's still tied, we basically play a one-end game.
Okay.
One end each rink.
Yep.
Toss a coin. Winner decides whether to roll the jack or go second. I know which you'd prefer. You'd say keep the mat.
Absolutely.
I'm saying no, give it away.
Well, you want to have a last bowl then, don't you?
I want the last bowl, especially on an extra end, because if I don't have to play it, I won't. And that's the position I'd rather be in, not having to play that last bowl.
I agree totally when it comes to a tie break. And that's where you get interesting when they try and pot the jack, don't they? Remember I was watching the Dubbo International, and all of them had a go, and one of them got it in there, but it was very interesting. Mind you, it was a $40,000 pot the jack.
And Twisty still drew it to the ditch to save it.
He did.
Anyway.
It's an amazing game. Schrainer was a part of that, and those they were going for the three in a row, I think, weren't they? Him with, that was there. I thought they'd won it twice already. Maybe they're going for the Quinella. Josh Walker-Davis and I think it was Bodge. Hayden Bodge. And who was the third person? I can't remember. They Schrainer, Bodge, Josh Walker-Davis, and gone. I can look it up. But we're here to talk about the girls anyway. But
Jake Rin.
I
was there.
It could have been Jakey Rin. He tends to take a bit of time on the mat, doesn't he, Jakey Rin? From memory.
He might be the false starter.
Yes, it is Jake Ring. Always interesting to watch at Platinum when I was finding out who he was.
Now, look, I think that's 2 years it's been played.
Right.
Schreiner's lost 1 game in those 2 years.
Wow.
That team. And that was the final last year. Definitely 2 years. Part of our sponsorship deal with West Dubbo is we stream that event for them. And that's tied into their support of the junior interzone, now junior inter-region, 7-a-side.
Great.
But great club. And we'll be back out there in 2026 for the state championship finals.
Oh, wonderful. Sharing it around.
Oh, it's a very successful event in Dubbo. First time we'd held the multi-disability as part of the state championship program. We're really looking forward to that in just over a week and a half now. 2 weeks. 2 weeks time we start in Dubbo. 2 weeks yesterday. In Ballina.
Yes.
Ballina, Club Lennox and Alstonville.
Andrew, I've just noticed that we've got to just readjust our scores. It's Malua Bay that is on 7. And both those
around the other way.
That's okay. They've got it opposite to what you've got. We'll make amends of that. Apologies there, viewers. For those who are in Malua Bay, you're very much in front after 2 ends. I'm not really known for bold predictions, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen these clubs, but it's going to be hard to go past Cabra and one of the other Sydney clubs to be through. But bowls is a beautiful game. You create your own luck. You've got to play with good fortune over the 14 ends. Green speeds at the moment, I believe, are a bit of a leveller.
Yeah, there's just a little more pace starting to come into this. You can just see that surface starting to look a little bit more of a sheen.
Well, if there's no rain tomorrow and we've got dry weather, we could see, them start at a 13 second and get up to 14.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any outstanding super pace.
No.
We've had a lot of rain down this way recently because I know I've been watching the conditions thinking, I'm not even going to get a game this weekend. But we've managed to get them a win.
good news for you that you might be a bit more available with a bit more personnel coming in to let you have a bit of a social life with playing bowls.
Oh, maybe. We're still very busy over the next few months.
Yeah, you are.
If you're a live stream bowls fanatic, boy, have we got some stuff coming up for you. You get a weekend off.
Then off to Ballina.
Off to Ballina. So basically 2 weeks' time.
Better start from Port City.
Get out 15 odd days in a row.
Okay, let's look at the count.
One to Port City.
Well, they're on the board. Now, my apologies, viewers. I didn't get a chance to give you an indication of who's using what bowl. We will obviously look at colours. But judging on the last 3 matches that we've streamed, no one has got any bowls out of the ordinary. The preferred bowl from Aero is Optima at the moment. On these speed greens, a dynamic, unless you're a lead, is going to be a little bit troublesome, unless you're raking through the head. The XGs have been popular from Henselite, and the SRV SRs are also present. So I haven't seen any Green Masters, which is a Taylor bowl anyway, right, in Scotland. But I'm surprised, Andrew, not to see any real wide bowls like Tiger 2s or the Vectors. But I'm actually glad, because any bowlers that have more than one set of bowls, unless you're a professional, it gets a little bit tricky. Do you blame the bowl? Do you blame who used it? Do you blame the green? It didn't work. I haven't used these. It gives you too many variables, which makes it difficult.
I had enough trouble using one set.
Yeah. Well, Port City have done exactly what they needed to do. After dropping the first end on both rinks, they have hit back and won the next. We've got currently our bowlers at the front end doing their very best. This is Julie Mackay trying to correct on her first. Skipper Kylie Hardy giving that the thumbs up. Still about 2 feet short, just to give you a bit of spatial awareness, viewers. On a live stream, it does, unless we show you a camera angle from the side, it does look like that bowl is a lot closer, in my opinion. Well done to both leads. There you go, you can see the distance there. Both have corrected on their last to try and give their team a good start.
Well, Sonny Willis, a little bit over a metre past. I'm pretty happy with that as a starter. You need to make sure you're not giving too much room. But don't be short, I think, is a big clue on these greens.
This is Kim sending it through on her backhand. Crash. You know, look, short bowls, particularly when they're 4 metres short. I have red bowls, and I reckon the magnets are on them, because I want to play that hand knowing that I'm going to ignore that it's there, and I wouldn't hit it if I tried. If I don't try and I hit it. How about you, Andrew? How do you go?
Well, my mate always says aim at the bowl or you'll miss it. Look, you've got to pile it through them, and if you don't manage it, you don't manage it. My teammates would say they carry me anyway, so that's okay.
Yes.
Well, Kim Janaska, reasonable attempt there. Just didn't quite bend as much as she would have hoped. Karen McFarlane, Port City now. Kylie likes the look of this one. Urging it on. That'll be in the count. Couple there. I think this is just enough slowness of this green without being quantitative.
Yes.
Just enough slowness to make that easy to fall that foot or two short, and then you overcorrect.
So, Andrew, just to make sure, was Karen McFarlane changed sides, or this, have we got Janice coming through?
It's Janice Shimer.
That's all right. I was just making sure that our bowls link was correct.
Yeah, it is. I'm just reading the wrong one.
No, that's all right. We've been here for a couple of days now. You've been up early.
I was under the impression that Team 1 was going to be on rink 22, but...
They did switch us. It's a very good bowl there from Janice. Front, I would say, yes, it's a resting toucher.
I probably should have put who was on the left of the scoreboards on the cards. We didn't for this event.
Yvonne just needing another metre.
The problem with saying who's on the left in bowls link is they need to look at it, and all they do is pick up their cards. And
correct.
Some people try to work out who's got to be on the left. It's the winner of the toss goes on the left, or the home side goes on the left. Well, I don't know, but it's all custom rather than law. But the easy way we always try to manage it is everything goes in the order of the same rink, same way, bowls link on the left. So if you've got a singles card, your bowls link on the left of the scoreboard. I can tell you every single scorecard for state championships has left or right.
Yes,
the
they do.
On the card for the teams to see, if they look. Some of them don't.
We'll give Janice a little bit more time to sort out where she needs to stand. She's obviously wanting the best view.
I think we've had problems with Janice before.
Well, she's very focused.
We need a policeman.
Well, I can be that. I do have to head back to the Northern Beaches viewers very, very shortly. I have enjoyed my time here and look forward to another opportunity to work with Andrew and the Bowls New South Wales team. As I said, I love watching the live feed and love being a part of it.
The challenge for Sue Bevan here is to make the best of this scrappy end. She could be as many as 4 down here.
Well, she's in the area to make a difference, but it's just letting go now.
And I don't know if that would have helped at all. Could even be.
Let's go. One's out. Okay, that front one looks like that's a Malua Bay bowl. Sticker's not as significant. That is a Port City sticker. You're pointing at that one, that might be forfer.
There's a lime green one at the back. There's 2 sets of those on the rink. People said it was great when we had coloured bowls. We had to tell whose bowls were who. No. Not always.
You imagine trying to call a game with 8 sets of black bowls?
That's when you need really bright coloured stickers.
Was there a thumb there? 4.
Was that 4 or 5?
It was 4.
Tell.
No, the thumb was tucked away. And Kylie's happy, the skipper. All about momentum. You mentioned that earlier on. There was a 6 dropped, and you drop it early, you got a chance to get it back. And looks like Port City got a 2 on the other rink, so it's a 4-1 score after 3. Jodie over Jennifer. There's a 4-1 scoreline.
So that'll take Port City up to
9-7. 9-7 on 6. Now I am trying to...
have I just done the right spot? Yes, I have.
Yeah, you have. I'm trying to work out where the other Division 1 matches have been played, but they're not in view of us.
No, there's a very scientific method to allocating them. No one's going to go from quarter-final to semi-final on the same green.
Correct.
And they're also not playing on the same green they played their last round on.
Yeah.
So
glad that's not me.
There is a little bit of shuffling involved.
And well done to the volunteers. They've done a great job. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, Wollongong is where adventure comes naturally. You know, whether you're skydiving on the beach or cycling along the stunning Grand Pacific Drive or catching waves at North Wollongong Beach, every moment here is a chance to experience nature's ultimate playground. So relax with seaside dining, stroll along pristine beaches, or immerse yourself in the local arts and culture. Wollongong offers the perfect escape for thrill seekers and those craving a peaceful getaway. So what are you waiting for? Press play on your next Wollongong adventure and visit us at visitwollongong.com.au. What on the Bowls New South Wales? Always evolving. And we have players, as mentioned, from about 14, 15 years of age through to 89. If there's any viewers out there who are aware of anyone in the 90 pluses, I wouldn't be surprised. A game for, or a sport for everybody. Tracking nicely.
Yep. Great bowl from Sonny Willis. A little bit scattered from the leads, and she's just plonked that one 10 centimetres or so behind the jack.
That is the job of the second. Leads miss, you've got to be present.
You've got to be able to draw a shot, and you've also got to be able to cover position as necessary.
Not a bad reply here. Well done, Kim. A foot short. Some viewers may say still an effective bowl, and I do too. I mean, I believe 30 centimetres in front and 70 centimetres behind is generally a target range for a front-end bowler, unless you're called from your skip to cover bowls.
Oh, sometimes you're happy to get them in the same postcode.
Absolutely. But if the lead's gone goalpost up, left and right side of the jack, well, the second's got to come through and try and change it up a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes they can look excellent bowls, but if they're one either side, jack high, you're going to have to change something, because that's a target that looks as big as the side of our house.
Well, it's a 30 centimetre target, right? And the chances of error are minimal. You've obviously got to play the shot. Janice sending it down. And unlike well, as per usual we've seen, if you haven't sent it, they pull up extremely quickly. As that draw starts to come in, the bowls that have been quite successful in reaching haven't started to turn too much until it's reached the head.
Yeah, I still think even now you're better off to try and draw through the jack. Obviously, if you're a skipper and you're holding a couple and you don't want to move it, you might adjust your tactics a little, but try for safety.
We've had a number of representative players on display, and this game's no different.
Kylie's a state over 40s player.
Yes.
That's Jodie Frood, we've already mentioned, a Keno New South Wales Blue in the open women's side.
The ultimate team game fours, particularly when you've got two rinks. You obviously got to play your own bowl, but you've obviously got to support everyone else. The bowl has reached the head and clunked into things. The skipper's having a little bit of a scope of what they need to do. Anyone's game so far. Interested to see how the men's go. You mentioned that we could have a Warilla v Raymond Terrace.
I think that was a very early call from someone. There's still 2 rounds to go in one of those sections. Warilla has the bye tomorrow, so...
Okay.
We could actually have a section winner of the finalists determined before the last round's played.
Sure.
And there's a chance they could play that final tomorrow morning then. Which I'd say every player there would say, let's do it.
Yes. Well, they're not there to waste their time, are they? Well, I think, Andrew, on my parting gesture for you, I will head out to the rink and just give Janice a little education to say, hey, the viewers want to see more than your back. He's just trying to support her teammates.
Well, I'd say she's not used to the camera being there and stands on the centre line all the time.
Absolutely, and that's where you're going to stand.
The thing was, when I started playing bowls, I was told never to stand on the centre line anyway.
Well, if you make any movement, it could be distracting for the bowler on the mat.
If you have white, I was always told if you've got white shoes on and you're standing behind the jack, you can't see it.
Well, it makes it difficult.
Because you had to wear white clothes when I started playing bowls.
Well, that takes me back to Dean Jones telling Curtly Ambrose to take off his white sweatbands because he was bowling with a white ball, and he said, hey.
Yeah, well, it was fair call, that too.
But imagine that, talking to a bloke who's almost 7 foot. You take those off. Oh, the sad passing of Dino. Geez, we've lost some cricketers, haven't we?
Yeah, well, that was poking the bear. Even if he was right. Always pointed out, though, that he wore a maroon armband when he bowled in test matches. 2 to Malua Bay.
Hey, there we go. They've managed to stop the momentum of Port City on this rink.
So they've won half the ends, and they're still a fair difference in the score. 8-5.
Lots of spectators enjoying the show rink here, with only 3 rinks on this green here at the home of the Figtree Falcons.
That'll make this overall score all square after 7 ends.
Just trying to keep a bit of a viewpoint on rink 23, which is next to us. There you go. And we do have one more bowl coming from Malua Bay. And that is Jennifer Blythe. Bowl is on the way. Hands on knees from the third, Karen Fail. There's an applause. 1 down. So that is 1 to Malua Bay. Game score of 4-2 on 4. Well, viewers, it's been my great pleasure to be a part of the commentary team. Ed Harris is my name, and it's been an enjoyable experience working alongside the voice of bowls for a very, very long time, Andrew. I appreciate what you do as far as a fan of bowls and working in my craft as a commentator and moving into hopefully into the bowl space. But, it's I'm looking forward to Platinum, the TAB Platinum Pennant season. Have a look at the Bowls New South Wales newsletter. It's got all the fixtures there. And Tim Rowe, very, very happy as CEO of Bowls New South Wales. We know that the finals are going to be at the home of Cabra Bowls. Jade Porter, CEO, very happy that they're thrilled to have a significant event hosting round 11 in the final series. So keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know that we, on Thursday, May 29, and Friday, May 30, Saturday, May 31, that's the home of round 11 in the finals at Cabra. So if you can't get there...
29th magic round, really, for us. All matches at Cabramatta, and that could well determine who's the winners.
Absolutely. But thanks again to BCiB sponsoring both the men's and women's state pennant finals. It's been a joy to watch bowlers from all over the country. Well, we come from the state, of course, but we do have significant bowlers here, calling New South Wales home, the best place for lawn bowls in the world. And I must admit, I do like Broadbeach as a club. I don't like playing on 17, 18 second greens too often because I don't get to do it too much. But we're here at Figtree. Thank you to everyone. So, Andrew, for you, you've got about a week off after this? We're still working, but...
Yeah, a gap after this before heading up towards Ballina for state championships. A little bit of work to do in that meantime.
Well, good luck to, obviously, the men's state pennant finals, but our women's are being played in 3 different places. But, we've been here, obviously, to bring you all the action for Division 1. Division 2 was also here, and Division 3 and 4, of course. Now, Division 3 and 4, are they coming here?
They are. All the semi-finals for the women's divisions are here tomorrow.
And what time are we kicking off?
So that's an 8:30 call cards.
And that'll be a standard 21N because we're subject to rain.
Back to that. Hopefully the few clouds that are around now, that are not blocking the sun, don't produce any more of that liquid sunshine.
Well, we've had significant travel from lots of different clubs. Yamba being one of the furthest north in Division 4. I'm not too sure how they ended up. It's good to see my previous home club at Monavale in the Women Division 3. I'm not too sure how they went through because the focus has been on Division 1 so far. Might have a quick look at Bowlesling just to see where our other divisions are and what teams are involved before I head back to DY on the Northern Beaches. I've got a couple of commitments I've got to do this afternoon. But it's been a great spectacle here. Bowles is the winner for sure. And once again, I have to thank all the volunteers for their generosity of their time. So just to give you a little bit of a shout out, in the quarterfinals in the Division 4, we had Western North Tamworth taking on Gerringong, Ramsgate RSL taking on Curry Curry, Leeton and District taking on Yamba, and I'm probably going to get this wrong. Is it Wallerawang? Wallerawang versus Gwendolyn. So no doubt Andrew will give you some updates through the commentary, because once I leave, he's very talented, but he's a man of the people.
Lots of buttons to press.
He has got lots of buttons to press.
Kylie, she's looking to get in here. Could be holding. Just going to run a little past.
Well, Monavale did get through to the quarterfinal stage. They're playing Davison RSL. We've got, here comes another one. We've got West Dubbo versus Lake Cargelligo.
Lake Cargelligo, southwestern New South Wales.
There you go. You can tell I'm seasonally travelled. I've been around the country once in the camper van. Clovelly versus Cabra and Springwood versus Hamilton North. That is in Division 3. Good luck to those clubs. Now, if you're watching the coverage and you're wanting to hear about Division 2, Bomaderry taking on Mossman. Well done. West Tamworth and Pottsville, Engadine versus Tuncurry Sporties, and Maitland City against my favourite part of the destination around the corner from Port City, Lake Cathay. Or Lake Cathy.
Lake Cathay.
It is Lake Cathay. I was there when I was 7 and I remember canoeing on Lake Cathay. Had a great time. The water temperature was rather warm.
Just outside of Port Macquarie.
And of course the Division 1 finals. We're featuring Fosterville, Neutral Bay, Cabra Figtree Sports, the live stream here of Port City, Malua Bay and Marylands versus Tarrant Point. Have we, before I get going, have we got any updates there in Division 1, Andrew, by any chance, as we're looking at a measure for a couple of shots here?
Okay, so...
Because we do have our volunteers running around trying to bring us some information, even though we can't broadcast the scores on the screen.
Marylands 4, Tarrant Point 1 after 2 ends. Cabramatta 4, Figtree Sports 3 after 4 ends. Foster 5, Neutral Bay 1 after 4 ends. And Women's Division 2, Bomaderry and Mossman 1 all after 2. West Tamworth 8-4 up over Pottsville after 4. And Lake Cathay were leading 7-1 over Maitland City. That's just been updated to 7 all after 7.
And that's, we mentioned his name before, DJ, Maitland City.
Darren John Delworth, yes.
I wonder if he's present. You might have to tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, come and take over Matty Harris's job for a while.
I haven't worked out the subtitles yet, mate. DJ would expect no less, but you said either.
I thought you were going to say we're going to strengthen the chairs. Hey?
I've been saying to DJ I'll listen to his podcast more regularly when it comes with subtitles.
I'm actually very fortunate to do a little bit of freelance work with different things with the commentary, and part of being available is I work with indoor plants in the city, and when they release now, it's a fortnightly podcast. I put that on, and it tends to entertain me a little bit, but yes, subtitles would be appreciated. What a start here from the front end. That's what you want.
So it was a 4 to Port City then.
Wow. They're not being shy with calling some shots. So, Andrew, to let you know, we have a 13-14 scoreline in favour of Malua Bay after 9 on the big board.
That's 4-6 in the other game.
Let's see how, as I'm about to depart, we have the front end seen how they can back up after 2 effective bowls. Bit of body language there from Kylie Hardy, dropping the knees, hence trying to urge that bowl to just reach a bit further. About 3 feet short of Jack High. And Andrew, that's where being a front-end bowler, consistency of grouping is really important. You know, one-on-one behind is the common saying. I mean, both leads had very good first bowls, but then they relaxed, lost their concentration, didn't get away well. But that's just human error, and also trying to play under pressure.
The very good lead will put one near and one behind, yes.
Well, that's the
they will always
motto,
make sure they're not short with their second.
Easy to be done, particularly as we've mentioned, if you're trying to draw to the jack, you want to draw through or at least behind.
Slower green, you just need to give yourself that little bit of leeway, and on a very quick green, take what you grass you think, and then go a little bit wider.
I mean, I was very fortunate to have my dad very involved in my lawn bowls creation of what I liked to do when I was a junior, and then I had a fair break. I always thought bowls was an old person's game. And I was told that on numerous times when I had opportunities on the northern beaches to swim and play cricket and do all sorts of things. I'm not a very good golfer. Golfer ruins a perfectly good walk for me. How about you? Do you swing the clubs all right?
Don't swing the clubs.
I mean, I do it once.
I've had 2 games of golf. I shot a very respectable 130 on my first game.
Was that for 9, was it?
The only problem is that's 9 par 3s. And that was when I stopped counting.
Oh, dear.
And,
now, I have a rule: if it gets to 8, you stop counting, and then you pick the ball up.
Stop counting at Wollongong. I did know I hit a drive that I reckon went about 350 yards. Problem is 250 of those were sideways, and it landed about 50 yards behind the breakers. So, no, I've never lost a ball playing bowls, and I've played a lot more bowls than golf.
Well, look, viewers, we're seeing a length of about 3/4. And we have 1 bowl behind the head. So green speeds are still
sluggish.
Yes, not because of not the hard work done by the greenkeepers, I can tell you. And there we go, first bowl behind significantly.
And I can't say what the greens are here like normally. Did play a finals game here just over a year ago. Of Pennants, and the green was okay.
I've played here a couple of times, and they're always very green. They look magnificent.
I had a game in men's Pennants here, and we'd had 80 millimetres of rain through the week, so doughy was probably the best description. Actually, I had 2 games of men's Pennants here within a few weeks because I played in 2 different divisions. And both times are on a very slow green because it had been pouring rain.
Yeah. Particularly if at this time of year greens are coming back in, Andrew. They don't need much rain to cause a little bit of problems.
Back in October, November. It was warm enough to get the growing season going, but there was doubt that we'd even get the games on both times. So.
Yes. Well, as we were talking about that, the third for Port City, Janice Drew's shot.
Drew's shot, yes.
Now, very difficult with the glare to acknowledge the stickers on the bowls. And I'm thinking, second shot might be up for a measure. Kylie not happy with that one. Snatching out a bowls cloth. Do you give much away? You're a bit of a poker face player, Andrew, when you find you're a bit disappointed. You don't want to give any chance of momentum for the other opposition to sort of work with that? Or you're a bit of an emotional sort of player? Depends.
If I've played a good one and just missed, I'll go, oh, gee, you know what? That was close. I'll try to take confidence that it was close rather than disappointed.
Yeah, good. See, I'm on the opinion that I expect every shot to be played, so I never get disappointed. I get surprised and think, oh, they missed. Geez, that was fortunate. Because you know when you're holding 6 and you're thinking, oh dear, come on, we're going to do this, and they play the ultimate. Okay. That was
I'll go back to them.
I like that. I could see the stickers. And I believe it could be 2 to Port City.
I did have one, it was the classic crackerjack. Wrongin?
Oh.
You know, the bouncer?
Yes.
Playing against us on the weekend, had a bit of a run, and I thought he was missing by a lot. And it's just sort of hopped on the side of the bowl and come back and split out to on stage for a shot.
Wow. Was that deliberate?
No, it was him and his own skip went, oh, wow.
Miscue. Teach me how to do that. When I see that, I normally tap the person on the shoulder and say how much he costs for lessons per hour. Show me how to do that.
So, was it a 2? I put a score.
I didn't see the signal. All right, viewers, I do promise this will be my last end. That could be a good thing for some of you. We'll be saying thank heavens. But listen, any feedback is always welcome, whether it's constructive or positive. I don't say negative. As a teacher of 30 years, I never used to mark in red pen. And I never put a cross, I just didn't put a tick. And I'd write all over the different assessments. But we did mention this morning, good luck to all those kids who have finally finished NAPLAN for round 1 of 3. The numeracy and literacy test for year 3, 5, 7 and 9. I'm glad they didn't have that for me. I didn't need any more feedback to say that I was a bit dumb and stupid. That's why I did PE. I love throwing a ball around, and 2 and 2 makes 4 most of the time, but I think it was 5 at times, depending on if I could take my shoes off and count.
I think you might have scored some opposition cricket games against me then.
Oh dear, haven't things changed these days? And look at the technology. It's been great to be a part of the newer system. And Andrew, pleasure to meet you again, my friend. I've always heard your voice, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't love bowls, I can tell you. You'd probably be on a better rate if you worked at KFC, my friend, for the hours you put in, but, you know, it is a job of passion. I did notice that you put on your application form you're a volunteer at Bowls New South Wales.
I do actually volunteer in some aspects.
I know you do.
Some of my work with NOAG and Bowls Australia there is on a voluntary basis. I'm taking leave to go and officiate at a couple of events.
Just on the last couple of final words, I'd like to thank all the bowlers here today for making me feel so welcome and really sharing their joy of the game. I mean, the Hazelbrook ladies, I get to play in the Jack Frost there, and I have a great connection with the Hazelbrook Bowling Club in the mountains, much as I get to play against all the Metro clubs. No doubt some of the players will go back to the drawing board, Andrew, and go, okay, well, we had a campaign that got us to the state finals. Where do we need to improve? And know that if you've won Division 4, you're up to Division 3, and depending on play of movement and all those sorts of things. But I do look forward to a very exciting Platinum Series. It's over 4 weeks with 2 triple headers and 2 double headers. So check out the Bowls New South Wales website, or for the newsletter as well. Currently issue 39 is out, the February edition. they do talk about the exclusive men's and women's state pennant finals, announcing the Platinum Pennant and some information around in...
So Platinum Pennant, we have the triple header round before Easter.
Yes.
The double header after, which we're not playing on Mother's Day.
Good.
We have the triple header the week after, then a double header, and then we lead into finals week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
My only thought was you want to have people at the venue. I mean, we had great coverage online, but are there any clashes with any, like if they're playing pennants, can we get those players to go and watch the game? Are the games scheduled after? I mean, I know there's games all over the place.
Be a late grand final.
Yep.
Late Saturday night, or at 6 o'clock, I think. So that'll encourage people to come along and watch.
Nothing more better than being at the venue and getting that atmosphere. I mean, we try and paint the picture as best we can, but if anything, like for grand final one.
Well, I was actually there, but not watching. I was out losing a Pennant grand final myself.
Well, Janice has been just applauded for a very positive, not even a conversion. She trailed the jack. You know, she gave it every chance. And as we've spoken about before, a lot of bowls not behind. And that's attributing to the conditions.
That's the backest bowl, if you want to use that.
Backest bowl, I like that. Well, the third, Yvonne.
Hiddleston. Good line, just not quite got the speed.
Almost took a bit of pain out of it. I think
it's possibly just the one now. Sonny Willis's bowl might be just in, the red one. She's the odd one out with the red bowls. Makes it very easy to tell whose they are.
And that, the bowls at a second and third shot are a metre away.
At least.
Probably close. I'm being generous there. I'm trying to be positive.
The issue Kylie has is a lot of traffic in the way, and the issue we have is a lot of Janice in the way. Oh dear.
Well, viewers, it's my time to shine to get back on the... is it the Princess Highway? Yes, it is, isn't it?
Princess Highway, Princess Motorway.
Love it. Beautiful drive. I'll just seek school zones, school traffic.
From here, you're probably not going to hit too many to get into the metro.
No, and a lot of people do work various hours these days. All right, a reaching bowl here from Susan. Giving it all the chance she can.
From here, you'll go down the avenue, turn right onto the Princess Highway, merge left down the slip road to the Princess Motorway.
What a lovely effort.
Up Mount Ousley.
Yeah.
Along Mount Ousley Road, then left onto the Princess Motorway again.
And it's scary sometimes. I can drive and make it home and not even know how I got home. Not because I've been inebriated, it's just because I've been focused on other things.
Autopilot.
All right, another crash. Let's see if there's any correction from Susan. She can't do too much more than what she's done except get the shot. It's on its way.
Do you think this is just going to turn a little bit? What's she going to hit, though? That's the big question. She's going to hit the short stuff and not get a great reaction. Is it 1 or is it 2 or is it 25?
Well, on behalf of Bowls New South Wales and, of course, Destination Wollongong,
2.
have a great rest of the championships, viewers. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. That's going to continue with Andrew, the voice of lawn bowls in this state. And there are some significant shifts happening, and hopefully I'm part of it. But I do love bowls, regardless of whether it's sending bowls down or talking about it. We'll see you soon, and all the best for those who are watching the coverage that are heading home from these championships. We'll see you soon. I'll go and have a chat to our friend.
Okay, I'm not sure I've got that score right on the second ring, so I'll get that double checked. We'll see how we go there. Oh, they're showing 4-3. They have just tapped on the wrong. Change to what they've got on their board. Can only report what's on the scoreboards, unfortunately. Let's change our camera. We do thank Matt for volunteering to come and join us here. And as you heard, we may have him on our Platinum broadcast. Fairly big commitment to bowls over the next couple of months. It's a fantastic start for Port City, for Julie. It's a fair reply from Gabe Biggs as well. Sonny Willis. Kylie's got Sonny playing the backhand. Just looking to get around. He's done it pretty well. No one's finished jack high though. That might be just an invitation for Sue to call the Malua Bay bowlers on that backhand with a little bit of reaching weight. Can get the split, just open that head up a little bit, move the jack. Do feel that one's slightly, the shot ball slightly in front, so may not get an immediate result. Crashes into the short stuff. That should be 17-11 on the main board. I'll fix that now. Thirteen ends played. Is it 12? And he's 12 ends played. A great ball from Sonny Willis in behind the jack there. At least one to Port City. Janice Shimer. She's looking to come down to that last green bowl. And that's not too bad of a result. See that in there? I think it's a couple to Port City. So Yvonne Huddleston, she's looking just to reach down to those bowls. Just not quite got the speed required. It'll be the same idea now for Janice. A little bit of weight. Get the light green bowl just in the centre. Turn it through and stay for a bigger count. Just hasn't quite got the speed on that one. It's a very similar idea now, just not quite the same intent with weight for the Malua Bay. They want to just reach up to those, stop and flop. Chop and lie, sit and stay, whatever you want to call it. And it's got the feather and run straight through the hole. That's probably something they're not too unhappy about from the Port City point of view, that it's run through that gap. Kylie. Well, she's given up on that one because she's just a bit tight, short. Sue Bevan wants this to turn. It's on a good line, just needs the inside edge of that bowl. Just going to get the outside. Turned her own a little closer. Maybe made that a bit harder for Kylie. Janice says it's still 1 for Port City. I do think Kylie needs to still play up to that head, take away the shot from her opponent. And get the little trail around the corner to her own. Wants to try and get one into that head just to make it that bit harder for Sue. Janice is watching this very intently. Just got the short bowl and run out. It is 1 to Port City, according to Yvonne. Can Sue? This one looks a bit wider to me. Wants it to turn. Oh, width wasn't too bad, but just not quite the weight. So 1 further shot to Port City. We're out to a 14 shots to 8 lead after 8 ends. It's 4-6 now on the other rink after 7 ends. They've updated their board. I'll make it 18 shots to 14. After 15 ends. Decent start again from the leads. Julie McKay, who's got the better of the opening 2 bowls. Wants to plonk another one up there and into the head. Done pretty well with this one. It's just going to run a little bit past. Close for 2. Gay Biggs. This tight line. It's just going to fade away. So Sonny Willis will take the mat for Port City. Kylie calls her down on the backhand. Look to just draw inside her teammate Julie's bowls. Sonny's played pretty well so far. A little bit of speed on this. Gets the inside nudge. It's okay. It's just going to fall in there. Kim Jen Asker. Play the forehand side. You see Kylie with her arm out. She's letting Sonny know that the forehand side's now a good option. Can afford a slightly tight line there too. You trail that jack across to the right of screen without coming back, and you do tighten this head up, make it good. Also could get some very good position there, matching them. It's just going to fade past, unfortunately, for Port City. So Sue, like this option now, says backhand. 3 bowls to sit on. You got the shot bowl there, and a little trail on that side is much better for Malua Bay. If that jack goes straight back down the line, they'll be holding 3. She's not going to trail it. She's just drawn the shot. One's about a foot short. Janice Scheimer, she's going to follow her down on that hand now. She's got a nice tight line. Does not want to push the bowl onto the jack. Just going to go underneath. It'll be a good second shot. Yeah, Sue's calling the shot for Yvonne. Backhand side, down to that jack high bowl. Just going to hang a little on the wide side. Well, there is a chance to punch the bowl through here, but I don't feel that's the best option. You play weight and get that light green bowl onto the jack. Could well be 3 down. Once it gets the trail, just going to miss the jack. Good bowl, good home. It does vastly improve the situation for Port City. It covers up the 2 bowls at the back from Malua Bay. And Yvonne, she's not really made any correction on the first bowl. In fact, she's gone a bit shorter. So we cross for the skips to play here at Figtree Sports, home of the Figtree Falcons for the Women's Division 1 State Pennant Final Series. It's quarter-finals time. We do thank Destination Wollongong for their support of the Women's Pennant Finals. You can check all about how to press play on Wollongong for your next holiday by visit wollongong.com.au. So Kylie Hardy, she's backhand and she's on the edge of the mat. Indicates to me that she's looking for a little bit of turn. She's going to turn underneath. That's pretty fair effort, and may well have just snuck in the back door for shot there. Janice Scheimer, just sneaky little finger up in the air, index finger. Sue, not quite up. Kylie, she's got to try just a little more width than a previous bowl. Sneak around the short one on the line. She even gets the back of her own is okay. She could turn that one in nicely. Well, that might well have brought 2 of them in. Might have sat back and just rolled that front bowl back enough. Yep, 2 is the indication from Yvonne to Sue. Is that 1 down on the adjacent rink? Sue Bevan, very close with this one. Has she pulled up in time? Put the tape on this. Sue Bevan has drawn the shot with that last bowl. All right, so I'm going to do a little update on the scores. Check out the rink. $18.15 now. The main board should read. Do wonder though if there's not a score to go on the other scoreboard. Well, Gape Higgs, first bowl, and he's a good 2.5 metres short. Tomorrow should be a bit warmer, according to the Bureau. Feels like around about 27 degrees in this area today. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 17 to 31, and a 90% chance of no rain. Port City were holding a couple there. That one could be the shot. Sonny Willis. Taking on that hand anyway. If it's already shot, you can only make it more shot. Just comes around and tickles the jack. She could make a couple. She has crashed on the shorter bowl. Yeah, it's probably still shot. Not much difference to where it was. May well have just made it a bit easier for herself with the next bowl, though. A little bit more room to just draw that in. Kim Janaska, though, she'll be trying to make that a little harder with this bowl. First one has been knocked in a little, but that's a little in the way. The line's still, I think, just underneath that. You can play a little bit of aggressive, just try and reach the pole. Better still, just sneak around it. Foot or two away, just grab that jack back to your own. Sonny Willis, she's drawn around that one. Another good home. Yvonne. She wants this to run a little bit more. Be a little positive with this one. Reaching up on the backhand. If you're underneath the front green bowl, you've got a chance to trail the jack back for four, just like that. And that is 4 shots. There is a little bit of room there. fourth shot's probably 2 metres or more behind. Yvonne, she'll cut, maybe cut one out. I was going to play that forehand side. I think there might be a chance to play backhand and around the bowls, but either way, there's traffic. There's Shimer. Trailed with her previous to turn one down into 4 up. Just needs to get past the black bowl to count. That one will count as we cross over. We'll see again. Janice Shimer. A little positive with this one. Playing a little reaching shot. Reaching up the backhand. Down to the head, the front green bowl. You've got a chance to
grab that jack and turn that one down into 4 shots up.
May well have made that 5 with the last 4 shots. Could be 3, you're not sure. There's a fair bit of room there. We'll just have a quick look at other scores that we can see. In Division 2, West Tamworth lead Pottsville 26-10 after 15. Lake Caddo leads Lakeland City 15-11 after 15. Marylands leads Tarrant Point in Division 1 19-10 after 19. Figtree Sports leads Cabramatta 16-11 after 15. Foster leads Neutral Bay 22-6 after 16. In Division 2, Bomaderry leads Trails Mossman 10-17 after 15. And Engadine 14, Tuncurry Sports 5 after 12. And do think that Sue has cut the count down significantly to maybe only now 2 shots. Kylie drew the shot with that bowl. This one needs a bit of clear air. It's just going to pull up. Oh, Janice just said it was only 1, so that was a good save with the first bowl from Sue. Kylie, she's left this one on the short side. It will be 1 to Port City. Oh no, they're taking 2 out. They've just said yes, we're shot still. Or your last one counted. Measure for the third. Two. Bay has scored on the other rink at 7-4 after we've got 9 ends on the board now. That's 20 shots to 16. After 19 ends. They are measuring on the adjacent rink, so you may be calling for an umpire. We'll just have a look at any other divisions we can see. Wirral leads Marylands in Men's Division 1, round 4, 45-27 after 39. St John's Park leads Edelong 39-36 after 39. Marimbula 53, Gunnedah 41 after 41. Raymond Terrace 56-30 after 47 over Curry Curry. So Terrace, Lockdale seal the section. So in Division 2 quarterfinals, Maryland's 39, Lennox Head 38 after 43. Warilla, Lee and West Dubbo. West Dubbo 48-47 after 49. Austral 30, Harbord 23 after 23. And South Tamworth 26, Huskisson 24 after 31. In Division 3, Scone 68, Windsor 38 after 49. Parks Railway 49, St John's Park 40 after 45. Maitland City 26, Belfield 48 after 39 in Division 4. Albion Park leads Urunga 44-35 after 41. Pittwater RSL leads New Lambton 36-32 after 37. Tuncurry Beach 39 leads Carragabal 26 after 40. So we were not quite long enough with that jack length. Was another good start for Julie, and this time for Gay. Just a little bit off, but fairly well pointed. Okay, just going to drop a little bit on the short side there. So Sonny Willis now takes the mat. Good line. Just down to speed here. That'll be the shot, or maybe not come back enough. So Kim Janaska, almost brilliant, just needed another yard or so. Does force Sonny to change hands. Oh no, it's not going to. She's still going to play the backhand side. Just push that one a little bit on the wide side. We'll try and make sure she went round that last bowl from Kim. Well, Kim's tightened this up a little bit. Has she got the extra speed? No. Janice is going to play the forehand side. Just needs to make sure she gets around that last Kim Janaska bowl. As long as she's just around it, she's fine. Even if she does hit, it's probably going on to her teammate's bowl anyway. She's going to come in behind. Yvonne Huddleston, she's on the backhand. She wants to come in off Sonny Willis's bowl or just split those two. Just ran through. Does give the advantage. It's covered the back there now. Sonny Willis's red bowl at the back, so trail's not really on as much anymore. Janice wants this to drop in. It's not going to slow down quickly enough. Nice bowl from the thirds. Yvonne Huddleston. It's her own. Well, that is probably good enough to get shot. Is it? Good question. Just can't quite see the sticker on that bowl from that angle. I do think, yeah, it's a Malua Bay bowl. That one will be the shot. Kylie, she's lining up on the backhand. What's the inside edge of that? Well, it hasn't hurt. Might fall in for shot. Well, it has fallen over. This is pretty well down from Sue Bevan. Just not going to quite get there. Does block up a run from Kylie, but Janice says they're holding one now anyway. Can tell you it's now 9-4. Jennifer Blythe leading Jodie Freund. So we'll update that scoreboard in just a moment. After 9, so they'd already put the end on when I looked and updated before. Kylie, 2 bowls remaining on this end of our featuring. Kylie's just looking for a dead draw around those bowls. Wants this to come in. Oh, safe line. You can play a little bit of attacking here. If you get through the hole, get Sonny Willis's bowl. If not, you can punch one up. Just going to poke that wide. Die. Short. It is one to Port City. $17.9 after 11 ends on our feature rink. Just 3 shots on the big board, 22-19. 22-18, sorry, 4 shots. Okay, Biggs now looking to be up to the head. She's got 4 metres almost short with the first. 2 down, they're good 2 metres short. This one will be the shot. It'll race through those 2 and pick up the jack on the way through. Sonny Willis, backhand, she'll be looking just to play very similar to the last bowl from Gay Biggs. Just wants to get through the gate, down to the jack. Kylie's willing it on, just going to fall a foot short. Sue suggests that Jim may be better off play the forehand side. Just around the short bowls, around Sonny Willis. Little tuck of that jack to her own is sensational, just to hide it. She's not too bad a line for that, but the speed's not quite there. So Sonny can play just another foot or so, wait to draw, or reach to try and turn her own or sit the shot bowl. Just wants to be nice and confident, play positive. Giving it a big show here too. It's just going to turn underneath the target. Not a bad home. Let's give them a chance to play a little more attacking with their next bowls. Meantime, Kim should be trying to get another one of that head just to cover up those options for Port City. And that one looks to have just gone a fraction on the wide side. Janice. Well, this one might get down beautifully to what they want. And it has. That's what they wanted. Could have made a couple. Backhand draw for even Huddleston. Again, needs to play with that little bit of confidence. Right down to that shot. Right down to the jack. Has not done Port City any favours with that really, or it's just gone far enough over. The other shot there, Kylie's caught it beautifully. Backhand drawer underneath that one. If you sit it, it's okay. But if you come past it, you're giving good cover. Get that one just to the inside of the belly, you'd run in behind the jack and turn it away. Got to reach to do it though. It's getting blocked up in those ways again. Oh, you saw her reaction. Straight away, hand up. No, didn't do that. Just had that tight line in mind and just pulled that across. So it could be a couple here to Port City as this head stands. Malua Bay lead the other rink 9-5 after 10 ends, so they've got 4 to go. We have 3 on our feature rink remaining to be completed. And both rinks now crossing over from skip to lead to play. So almost a full end behind the other rink. Should be able to get partly onto that game should ours finish first. We don't have a dead end to slow it down. Oh, Kylie, not happy there. She's just gone a little on the shy side. Probably actually just a little bit under the weight. Does mean Sue Bevan looking for a rumble. She wants to get underneath that light green bowl. She's not going underneath. She's got it right in the middle. It's pushed it up. No real change to the head. So Kylie, backhand, gone wider. Little clap of the hands there. Says she thinks she's too wide and, well, just a bit. Not a real easy head to get at either. Plenty of short stuff in the way. Sue Bevan, look at this one get back. Oh, for a little bit of running. I think that'll be a couple to Port City. Just the one. So one more to Port City. Two ends to go. Kylie Hardy's team. Now 6 shots. No, 9 shots to the batter. Joy has been fairly consistent up front. That one's probably 60 centimetres short. Very close to a shot there. Not a lot of correction here. Just give it a little more push. Kylie's interested. And that's definitely the shot. Similar distance to take off for Gay. Around that 2 feet, 60 centimetres or so. And well, it's not too bad. It's not probably not the shot. Sonny Willis, Kylie urging that one on. Not quite going to get there. Kim Janaska. Backhand. Thrown ball on the way in that hand. Just going to drop a little bit on the short side and wide. Sonny doesn't need a lot of correction. Slightly over-corrected, but can get the right result off the inside of that bowl and probably got the best result she could have got. Punched that one through. Kim backhand draw wants to get around that last bowl from Sonny Willis. He's a bit on the wide side, and Kylie's telling Janice that the backhand is the best. Get inside that one. It's close enough, but can turn Sonny Willis's bowl as well. Pretty well down from Janice. That's thrown bowl turned up against there. Could be multiple. Yvonne Huddleston just needs this to hold on. It's not going to get past. Oh, good bowl from Janice. Multiple down here for Malua Bay. Time they need some action here. Oh, Yvonne looks a little bit on the wide side and it's just going to get right to the back. A few metres through. And wide. Just replay Sonny Willis's bowl. So just did a little bit on the tight side. A lot of correction. On the narrow. Draw across. Over corrected. Bowl pretty much square. Right result off the inside of that bowl. And probably got in. Best result she could have got. Punched that one through. Made at that stage 2 or 3 shots. Still could be a multiple here. 2, 3. For Port City. Kylie just needs to avoid Yvonne Huddleston's short black bowl. We'll certainly do that. And, well, I don't know if that's in the count. I don't think it is. I think it's just hung that little bit wide. Sue Bevan. This looks wide as well. Her bowls do turn a little though. So it's short enough that it's not really in the count. Is Kylie brave enough to try and get through that port? That's the question. Can still play both hands. And Kylie just a little bit short on that one. Sue Bevan. Oh, well, she's just crunched on the Kylie Hardy bowl. First one's taken out. I think Sonny Willis's front red one will count as well. Back one makes 2. And look at the front. That's 3. They're going to put the tape on. That one's 4. We'll have a look for the 5th one. 4 shots to Port City. That stretches our score out to 22-9 after 13 ends. We're on the last end of our quarterfinal for this rink. The other rink, it's 7 shots to 9. Jody Freund picked up score there, and they've played 11, so they have a few more ends to go. It's 29 to 18. After 24 of 28 ends, 3 ends remain to be completed on our adjacent rink. We are getting the umpire to measure the length of this jack. Not long enough. So Malua Bay, chance to set the length of the end. There's been another score going on the other rink. Jody Freund picked up a single. And we're going to measure this length as well. So possibly 2 short ends in a row, 2 short jack rolls in a row. Should this one prove to be an insufficient distance, jack will be placed at the tee, and Port City will get to place the mat wherever they believe it should be placed. That's exactly what is happening now. You will see Kylie places that jack at the tee. Port City will place the mat any place they like for a legal mat length. So you're going to bring it up a little bit. Julie McKay, pay her Barring a dead end, final bowl of this quarterfinal. Malua Bay now leading by 12 shots with 3 ends remaining. So we get to the point where there is no possibility of one team winning. We do cease play. Try and have a look at some other scores for you. So in Women's Division 1, it's Figtree Sport. These are after 20 ends. Figtree Sports 20, Cabramatta 13. After 24 ends, Foster leads Neutral Bay 27-13. 23 ends in Division 2. It's Mossman 21, Bomaderry 20. 17 ends Women Division 2. Tuncurry leads Engadine 19-17. In Women's Division 3, only a handful of ends have been entered so far. It was 11-1 from Davistown over Mona Vale. Cabramatta 7-6 after 6. Lake Cargelligo trailing West Dubbo 5-8. And Hamilton North leading Springwood 15-4. After 18 ends, that one. In Women's Division 4, Yamba 21, Leeton District 4 after 15 ends. Curry 14, Ramsgate 13 after 16. Gwandolin 21, 10 leading Wallerawang after 16. In Men's Division 1, no update on the previous scores there. I think we need to look at Bowlslink for final scores. In the quarterfinals in Men's Division 2, Lennox Head 43, Maryland's 46 after 51. Wirrilla leading West Dubbo 54-50 after 56. Then at Marks Point, Austral 39, Harbord 33 after 34. Huskisson 32, South Tamworth 36 after 42 ends. We do know that Woonona did get play away a little later. They actually had some ends to complete from yesterday's game as well. In Men's Division 3, Scone 78, Windsor 48 after 61. So Scone through to the semi-finals. Parks Railway and St John's Park 55 apiece after 55. Belfield 55-36 leaders over Maitland City. Urunga 51, Albion Park 55 after 52. Pittwater RSL 48, New Lambton 42 after 49. And Tuncurry Beach 47, Carragabel 40 after 51 ends. Of course, a reminder that you can see all of those results as the matches finish on Bowlslink, results.bowlslink.com.au. On our head here, Sonny Willis has drawn the shot again. The light green bowls are from Malua Bay. I think the one behind to the left is second shot. Yvonne just cracking a little bit short. Chance for Janice to play just up to Sonny Willis's bowl. Couple of theirs on the way in. Wants some contact and pushes her own right up to the jack. It's at least 2. Skippers are playing their bowls on the 13th end on the adjacent rink. Can't see. I think Port City holding on the adjacent rink. Port City holding on this rink as well. Port City just getting a little bit in control here. 12 shots clear. Only got 3 ends to go. They can pretty much seal this up very soon.
Oh, it's a great ball from Malua Bay on the adjacent rink. It's Jennifer Blythe leaving Jodie Froond try and convert this head back to her advantage. Kylie not happy that it left that one short. Jodie's just fallen out of that head. Well, the indication next door is Port City may still be holding. Sue Bevan crashes into the shorter bowls. Kylie, she'll play very similar to what Janice was playing there before. Wants to come down on that forehand side. Their own bowls on the way in. Touch is probably not going to hurt them on that hand either. Wants that clear path now. Well, it is one to Port City on the adjacent rink. Sue, well, she's crashed and gone through. Two shots taken out already. Two shots to Port City. So we're finished on our streaming rink. And it was it's now 9-all. Well, that's it. That's it. We won't be continuing with any sort of broadcast here because with it 9-all with one end to go, there's more than 8 shots difference between the two teams. It's 33-18. I'm going to call that as the final score because they have played 27. Call this one now that Port City will feature in tomorrow's semi-finals. Who they'll play is a good question. So we'll see that, but everything will be on Bowls Link. It's been Andrew Lynn bringing you the remainder of this game, and a big thank you to Wollongong, Destination Wollongong for their support. Until tomorrow, it's been wonderful to have you, but we'll see you again tomorrow.